So when I was old enough to be allowed to date, I was in high school.
What's this guy talking about?
That's not weird at all.
I know, it's when most people started dating. Just shut up and pretend you're listening. You lied to us, I want my money back.
Yes, I know that's not weird or in any way abnormal, at least not according to television. What makes that weird is that the school I went to was independent study. That meant that I met with the teacher once a week, got my assignments, did all of my coursework at home, took tests as needed, rinse and repeat until I graduated. Needless to say, I didn't develop much socially during that time since I spent all 4 years there and didn't really go on any dates. The independent study program really isn't conducive to romance. And dressing like this in high school definitely didn't help things. But come on, we've all dressed embarrassingly at some point in our lives, right? This trend of primarily staying home, playing video games, and being an overall shut-in continued until I went to the university I'm currently attending. Now, I'm still awkward around girls, and I'm not sure that's going to change anytime soon, but I've gone on a few dates since I've started going here. And frankly, I've found that kind of surprising. Okay, I've given enough background information, let's get to the story you've all come here for. So I met a girl at a school social event and asked her out. And surprisingly enough, she agreed. But I didn't do anything to plan out the date until one day I got a text from her. Oh shoot. Being inexperienced in the world of dating and fairly new to the campus, I didn't, and still don't, know much of the area beyond my apartment and the university campus, so I asked some of my classmates for ideas. Hey dude, I've got a date tomorrow night. Do you have any suggestions of what I could do around here?
Shut up, I can't afford to fail this class.
Okay, it didn't really go down that way. We talked before class started and he offered some suggestions. Anyway, he suggested a few things such as M&M bowling, which I'm earmarking for a later date, and going to this trampoline place in town. So I had my location, I had my restaurant, everything was set for tomorrow. So what actually happened on that date was pretty unexpected. So the night of our date arrives, I picked her up from her apartment and we went to the trampoline place. It was a little more expensive than I was anticipating because apparently the first time you come to this place you have to buy these special socks with these little rubber nubs that keep you from slipping on the trampolines. Gotta avoid them lawsuits, you know, cause the waiver they have you sign apparently ain't enough. And by the way, yes, the socks did look awesome. Everything was going great at first, though I realized just how very out of shape I was. I don't know how kids are able to jump on those trampolines for hours. I was getting tired after 10 minutes. But I was determined to give my date a good time and get my money's worth. So we decided to go on the fancier trampolines, you know, the ones with the thicker webbing and the really tight springs, and you can jump way higher on them. Yeah, that's where things went horribly wrong. So we were jumping on this trampoline, feeling like we were Spider-Man or Assassin's Creed or whatever, and my date made this really huge jump and landed really hard on the floor. Her ankles really hurt, so we sat down a while to see if it passed. In the meantime, we talked, I got to know her a little better. I was a little bit concerned, but she assured me she was fine. So we went to the dinner I had planned, came back to my apartment to play some games, and then she went home. I thought the date went pretty alright. There were some minor hiccups, but she told me she had fun. I think. Then the morning after happened. I was checking social media because I wasn't quite ready to get out of bed, and I came across something that brought all my worry and concern from last night all coming right back to me. My date posted that she was in the hospital getting both of her ankles x-rayed. Remember that hard landing she had? Yeah, she sprained both of her ankles and had to wear ankle braces for a week. Now, I felt terrible about what happened because I felt this was all my fault. Which, looking back, doesn't make a whole lot of sense because I was tangentially related at best. but my conscience kept telling me I had to make it up to her, even though she told me not to. But gosh dang it, I had to rebel. So I picked up some caramels and a card from the local pharmacy and gave them to her. Needless to say, because of what happened, there was no second date. So yeah, that was my first video. Please like, comment, or subscribe if you want to see more videos like this by me. So I used to have this idea that I was cursed with bad luck. Just circumstances that have happened in my life sometimes have just kind of cemented that idea in my head no matter how hard I try to get rid of it. I'll probably make a video describing those one of these days. So what are some of the worst dates you've been on? Please tell me in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next one. See you later!